Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, again, sorry we're not going to have a sketch. I'm still working on some challenges and you're going to have to bear with me because I need to get 13 more done. So I'm doing challenge number 7. This is the good luck charm challenge, and you can do a symbol, and one of the things that I love is butterflies, and to me they always represent good luck, good omens. It's feel good. So for this particular sketch, I'm doing something that I did on a layout on one of our Zooms where we all just hung out together, and I wanted to show you how easy this is. So I took the 12 by 12 rub-on sheet, and I'm just laying it on the back of some marshmallow basil, and we're just going to rub every single word, everything down to this 12 by 12 paper. And what we're going to do is basically create a background using all of these sayings. So you have awesome, thankful, favorite, autumn, I think, is on there at one point, another thankful, and some of these, they're like bigger size, smaller size, and then of course throughout you have a little flower up the top, a pumpkin and a butterfly, some leaves. There's all different things, but I also love the line of butterflies and moths on the bottom. So this works with, if I wanted to just end it here as far as the butterflies and stuff, it would be okay. It would fit for the challenge because they're on the background page, you know what I'm saying? But I am of course going to be adding some more butterflies to it. So all I'm doing is taking the tool, and I'm just slowly pulling back, trying to make sure that I'm hitting all the areas, and if anything starts to pull up, I just rub again until it starts to release from the paper. And I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna see like at different points I have to take a break because it hurts my hand. This tool isn't very comfortable because of the way that it's shaped. You know, it's very flat, and you just really can't grip it. You know, you can't hold it firmly. So you're holding it a lot in your fingers, and the fingers, they get tired. So I do wind up taking a little break in between, and then I just keep slowly working my way across. Now, if you guys are familiar with 49 and Market, this is the Spice collection, but you could do this with any of the collections. The one that I did not record it was with Moonlit Garden, and it was so pretty. I loved it. It was something that popped in my head because sometimes these words, I mean, okay, as a rub-on, they work, but they are not always the greatest as like a title, because sometimes you want to use these for titles, right? So what I would suggest is, if you're going to do that, take one of the words, cut it out, add it to white paper or, you know, another pattern paper, and then use it so that you can pop it up or do something to give it a little bit more dimension, because otherwise they're rub-ons, you know, they're sort of like, not to fade into the back, but they're something to be layered. They're not always a big spotlight type thing. It's hard to explain, but the words, phrases is the one I'm talking about the most, not the ones where they actually have, like, I think for this collection, there's one with like these huge pumpkins and flowers, and okay, no, that's going to stand out, right? No, I'm talking about these where if you put them on color paper, they kind of fade into the background. They kind of pop a little bit more on the white. At first, I was going to put them on black paper, but I knew it really wouldn't stand out like it does on this. So we're going to keep going. We're almost done. We just have 3 rows, and you can see here I'm trying to change up how I'm holding the tool, kind of holding it like a pencil, and then I go right back because I like using the flat end of the tool. The pointed end works when I'm trying to hit like specific spots because I want to make sure I'm getting all the pieces down, but I tend to always go for the flat end. I think you cover more space with it and you get more coverage. So right there, I just had to take a quick second to readjust And now we're coming back and we're almost done. We're right here at the end. And I love the fact that these rows of butterflies and moths don't take no time at all to come off. They actually rub like butter. And it's so, I think what makes the words hard is because they're a little distressed. They're not a very straight, smooth, clear line. So like sometimes you're looking at it and you're peeling it off like, is that messed up? No, that's how that letter is supposed to look. So there we have it. The whole 12 by 12 rub on complete. And now we're going to pull out all the other elements. So we have laser cuts. We have the photo strips, and I wasn't sure which photo I was going to do. I had a selfie and then I had these, but I wound up landing on the ones with my my best friend and her grandson in the pumpkin patch. I did this one in black and white photo, so now we're doing it in a colored photo. So I definitely wanted to pull out the pumpkins, and of course, we're going to pull out the butterflies because that's what is the main focus. Well, one of the main focuses for this, basically this layout, right? We got to make sure we get them on the page. So we're going to just look through the ephemera pieces and see which bits we want to use to like layer up and create sort of like a cluster in the center. And what I loved about this and why I decided to go with their picture is because on the rub-ons, there's words like together and awesome and thankful. And I just felt like, oh, and autumn. And I was like, you know what? This is perfect. This is an autumn photo for sure in the pumpkin patch. You can't get no more autumn. And I wasn't sure about the love this, because I felt like the green was not popping the way I wanted it to. But this pink, I feel like it's like, boop, it's like right in your face. So we're going to go with this. And you can see I'm not afraid to use a title, even though I got all these words on the background. Yes, use a title. You can use them and still have a title. Now we're just going to layer up some more of the pumpkins on the left side there. And we're going to add a few more pieces. I got some word strips that we're going to put on the photo. I have the one there already, and then we'll find one later on the laser cuts. But I'm just looking for these little, they're like tickets, but they're smaller than a ticket. I just put one, where did I put that one? I can't even see right now. I thought I put it behind something, but you're going to see here in a second. I'm going to start grabbing them out as I go through. Trying to keep things separate, and then yeah, okay, so this is where I decide I'm gonna put another pumpkin up there with the butterfly, and then I find the pink ticket. So then I'm like, ooh, let me find, oh, okay, over here I'll do the purple because there's a purple butterfly over there. And then on this side I was looking for another color, another small stick, sort of like a ticket, and I found it in the orange. So I was like, that's perfect. Pink, purple, orange, they're all on the paper, all colors represented. Perfect. So now we're going to take the ephemera and put that to the side, and then I'm going to pull out this first laser cuts, and this one has a mixture of everything, right? So it has some flowers, some leaves, it has the butterflies. So at first all I'm doing is grabbing the different butterflies that I see that I want to use, because that's what my goal is on this, is trying to find where I'm going to place my different butterflies. So right now I got the 3 plus the one over in the right hand corner with the pumpkin, and I'm going to wind up getting an orange one that we'll put at the bottom. There's the other word sentiment that I put on the photo, and then there's the orangey butterfly down there at the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to start figuring this out. I wanted to make sure I had paper to map my photo, and I mean, this is the second time I'm using the orange, but I love it. I think it works perfect for just a pop of color right behind the photo to separate it from the background that we're creating. So I'm going to start moving stuff off to the sides, and that's usually how I start to put everything back together. And what I didn't do this time, I didn't take a picture. I was actually watching the live sale. I think it was the live sale that Michelle was having on Sunday with the Super Bowl. And so I just had to, you know, kind of just keep going and remember, kind of leave things in their place. So that way, when I go to put this all together, it's just like lifting stuff up, putting a little bit of glue, and everything is right where I want it to be, because my phone was incapable of taking a photo. And then we're going to go ahead and lay this down, and that way I have a little bit of a pink border and that brown border, and then we're going to lift up and put a little bit of glue, and then on the inside part there, and then on this outside we're going to go ahead and lay down some tape runner and then the wet glue. So if this is your first time finding my video, the reason why I use both is because it gives me just a few moments that if I needed to lift back up, I can do so without ruining my entire project. And for me, it's very important to have that time, even though most of the time I would say probably 95% of the time, when I put it down, I'm kind of okay with where it's going. But on those other 5% of the times, I want to have that ability to move it if I put it down crooked, or I just don't like the place where I put it, you know? So that buys me a little bit of time. And then we're just using the art glitter glue, excuse me, the wet glue on the back of the film strips. And art glitter glue dries clear, so you want to find you a glue that dries clear, so that way when you put it behind that, once it's dry, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. And I also like that it doesn't dry with a shiny like if you tilt it in the light, you don't see anything shiny. I like that about it too. Okay, so now we got the base down. We're going to start layering our different elements. And at first here, I'm trying to find my foam, and I can't find my little squares. So I'm grabbing my foam strips that are still here from when I did my shaker video last week. So I just cut the strips up and start adding them to the butterflies. I still add my little bit of glue. It doesn't matter to me how thin it is, if it's a sticker, if it's chipboard, if it's these foam strips. I'm going to get some glue on it, because I'm going to get me that wiggle room, okay? So we're layering, putting our tag behind, our little ticket behind the pumpkin, and then adding some more foam to the butterfly. So all the butterflies are popping up on foam, and I do that on purpose because I'm wanting them to stand out, right? So the photo, everything else is laying flat, and then you have these elements that are, you know, popped up, and the butterflies are, you know, they're transformative. He's growing, and, you know, I think they work. I love it. He's so cute. I think he's wearing a shark costume. So cute. All right, so now we're going to start putting together our other cluster here over on the left. So I'm putting down the first pumpkin. I'm going to add down the ticket, the little small ticket there, and then add the other pumpkin on top. I'm sorry if you can hear a fan, please just bear with me. It's a little hot in my craft room. All of a sudden we're having like 60-degree weather, and it's very hot here when I'm recording everything. So again, the butterfly that I had over there, I put foam tape on the back of it. The one I had at the bottom, kind of like it's going to be flying up towards the photo, I'm adding foam to that as well. And that's what I love about layering everything. Well, really not layering, laying everything out, as far as like figuring out the plan, whether it be how you're going to layer things underneath, how you're going to create different clusters. Once you have all that laid out, putting the layout together, it actually comes together pretty quickly. so here we have our final cluster, and then we're just going to go ahead and put the sentiment right on top, and I'm laying that pretty flat. But on the other sentiment, that's the only other piece that's getting foam, and I needed that so that it would stand up a little bit with the best moment, because it was orange on orange, and I felt like without the foam it was gonna sort of fade into the back. And then we got one more butterfly, and we're gonna lay that down right up here. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking how that's looking, and I was feeling like, you know what, maybe we need a little bit of something on the side. I was just pointing out the different butterflies to you, so I'm gonna grab the other laser cut that I had pulled out, and on this one I'm gonna pull out some leaves. I love this one because it has a mixture, like I said, of flowers, pumpkin and flowers, and then they have these little like leaf do you want to say stems? I don't know. They had one in pink and they had one in sort of like a green gold color. So I'm going to pull out both of them. One's bigger than the other, and I'm just going to layer them on top of each other. I did wind up breaking the pink one, so it's in 2 pieces, but I use it anyway, because the pink one was really delicate up at the tippy top. It's very small leaves, and so it broke inside the actual laser cut sheet, but I pulled it out and used it anyway. So I think that just frames off the photo. It doesn't have to be anything major, you know what I mean? Just 2 simple things and it's good, and you still can see the words around, like it's not covering up everything that we just rubbed on. All right, so let me go ahead and lay this down. And then I'm going to do the pink one. I think that pause was me by ordering something. I was just thinking about that. So if you've never been, you should definitely check out my little scrapbook store. They have a website. There's lives. We just had one on Sunday. And then we also have like a sister group, which is our online crop, which for this month up until March 4th, we're having all these challenges, which is why I'm doing them on my Friday videos, because I already told you I need 13 more. So more videos to come for sure, because I want to do them all. I'm doing my best to try and get more and more done. Okay, so now that those are glued down, I think that's it. We're gonna cover our photo and let's get to doing some splatters. So obviously with all this white space, I'm not gonna use white spray. So I'm gonna use this gold, my favorite gold. I use it on almost every project. And then I'm also gonna use black soot, and that's a distress stain. I don't use the black soot oxide. It's a little bit more chalky of a black, like a black gray to me. And when I want pure black, like a straight black, I always use the stain. Stains give you a more vibrant color, and the oxides do just that. It gives you that kind of like a chalkier version of that color. And then I grabbed speckled egg because it was here on my desk, and just splattered a little bit with that. There wasn't a whole lot of blue on this page, but I just figured as a third color, it was subtle enough that it kind of tied in with everything that the rub-ons already had in place. And that's our final project. So that's the 12 by 12 rub-on sheet on a background used as a base to build up your, you know, your layout. And if you wanted to do this for the February challenge for February, you could do this, because this is creating your own background just using the rub-ons. So creating your own background doesn't have to be stamping. It doesn't have to be mixed media. It could be something as simple as rub-ons on the back of your paper, right? It's just creating from nothing, which was the white, creating this beautiful background. So thank you guys for joining me. hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I will see you guys with our next video. I'm not sure what challenge it's going to be, but it'll be next Friday for sure, okay? Thanks, you guys, and have a great weekend.